welcome back to Central Valley Talk. The show's authors, artists, people who create cool things, write books, anybody who does anything creative in and around our community, our state, and our nation. We love to have people on our show. Stand by. We have Julie Araujo. You can see her there, but I'm going to make her stand by as I do this introduction. People say there's nothing to do in Fresno, and I say there's something to do every day in Fresno. So many really cool things, and since 2008, Central Valley Talk has been dedicated to bringing you those things. And in fact, we've been throwing things on YouTube since 2008, and guess what? We just had our 1 millionth view this week, so we're very excited about that. Julia Araujo, an artist, welcome. People say there's nothing to do in Fresno. What do you think?
That's not true. They're not looking hard enough.
Yeah, there's something every day, and one of the coolest things that goes on every month in our area is Art Hop. Is that right?
Yeah. Art Hop is gotten to be pretty big around the city.
Yeah. Not only is it a cool thing. By the way, the first Thursday we have Art Hop here in the tower and downtown. The third Thursday they have it up north somewhere. So it's twice a month, and generally it's free. Is that right?
Yeah. So depending on where you go, it's free, and you'll find a bunch of vendors, a bunch of local artists, even performing artists sometimes will be out there.
Right. And you're going to be out there this week. Is that right?
Yeah.
On
yeah.
Thursday, July the 6th.
July 6th, yes.
Yeah. Sometimes these programs repeat, so if it's after July 6th, you missed this one. If you missed Julie's art live, you could go to her Instagram, Julie's_art. It's right there on the screen.
Yes.
Before, I'm going to ask you a million questions, but I'm just going to pop some of your art up here, and you could tell us about it. There seems to be a theme to it.
Yeah. So you want me to tell you about it first, or do you want to pop it up there?
It's up there, so you can tell us about it as we're looking at some of the pictures.
Oh, cool. So yeah, I decided to do a series of paintings that are of breasts because I am in my last semester of grad school at Fresno State, and I'm looking at my final project, and my final project has a lot to do with women and beauty standards. And I mean, breasts are just one part of our anatomy and our body that's picked apart, and it's picked apart from males, it's picked apart from females, and it's picked apart from other females and from actually ourselves. So I just thought it would be, I'm really intrigued, or I felt really convicted to do this series because I have two young daughters myself who are gonna be a woman someday, and a son. And so I think it's just a conversation and a topic that's important that we look at and that we discuss.
Are all of these the same medium?
Yes. So they're all oil paints.
Oil paints, okay. And you had live models or photos? How do you proceed on this?
So this is the interesting part. So I went on social media. I had the idea. I had done one painting of breasts, and I did have a model for that. But yeah, I reached out on social media. I wrote out my idea. I wrote out the idea of having a series, and I asked women to send their own reference photos of themselves so that they would be in control of taking the photo, and they would be in control of how they are viewed and how they want to be portrayed. And it's kind of working against the male gaze and objectification of women. So yeah, all of the paintings that I've gotten are of different women. No woman is duplicated twice. And so my goal was 50, but I've surpassed that goal, and more women have even sent out photos. So the series is actually not done. I've hit the 50 mark, but I think I have like 13 more to go.
You could keep going. I mean, forever with this.
I really could. I mean, the bigger that the series gets, the more that women can actually see my vision. And so it kind of it kind of lit, a fire, and a lot of women sent more pictures after I showed a bunch of paintings together.
Um, Excuse me for not knowing that much about art, but where can this art go? Will it go to a book? Would a goal be to get your pictures put into a book?
So I have hopes for this series, and that's why I'm kind of trying to promote it and take and show it. I would like this series to be shown at different galleries. I'd really like to show it as much as I can here in the Central Valley, but also go outside the Central Valley and hopefully reach as many viewers that I can. I think it's really important for the younger generation to see. Just anybody and everybody that I can reach this series with, I would like to.
I guess every person who views art comes away with a different thought and impression of the art, but it seems so very powerful that, hey, we're all different.
Right.
There's no standard.
Really interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting because when I first started out this series, I was thinking, of titles and stuff, and I really thought that it would be called like find your breasts or something like that, because there's always like a type or whatever. But as I studied these photos that women sent me, I realized that every single person is different, and we're all unique, and that's kind of the beauty in us.
Speaking of find your breast, can you see people come into this show and saying, "Oh, there's me"?
Yeah, I've had a couple reactions like that, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because growing up and seeing people seeing the breasts that we're exposed to are always in the media and always on TV and always in magazines, and they're not too big, not too small, they're symmetrical, and in reality that's not really how everybody is. And so it's kind of nice that that people will see almost a reflection of themselves in at least one or two of these paintings.
There's this great song out by an artist called Jax, and she says, the song is "I Know Victoria's Secret." And the whole idea of the song is, we're not all the same. Stop trying to make us think we should look like this. So
Right. And I think that's what's kind of intrigued me to do it too, is that plastic surgery has really been normalized now, way more than when I was growing up. And so I think it's really important for us to look at that and kind of how the younger generation is viewing, like, oh, I need to conform and I need to fit into this cookie cutter idea of what is normal or what is beautiful or what the ideal woman is supposed to look like.
Well, I think this is going to end up being a very powerful exposition. I hope it goes far and travels the world and maybe ends up in a book or
Thank you. Yeah, I
even
hope so.
inspirational to one person. That's all we need, right?
Yeah, just one.
Tell me about this. This show's going to be, is it a one-day show?
So, yeah, we're going to have the reception tomorrow for Art Hop. It's going to be from 5 to 8. But if you miss the show, it looks like the gallery hours are also Saturdays and Sundays from 12 to 4.
Okay.
We're also going to be having a closing reception. That's Thursday, August 3rd from 5 to 8.
So it'll be a month. It'll be in the gallery for a month, your exhibit.
Yeah.
Okay. Now tell me about this gallery, Corridor 2122.
So Corridor 2122 is off of Mono Street. You can find, actually it's really interesting because when you think about Art Hop, you usually think about Fulton Street, and there's a lot of vendors and there's a lot of good food and food trucks and stuff like that. And that's always really fun. But then if you keep going and you find Mono Street, there's actually I'd say like 4 or 5 galleries out there that
Okay.
show, original art that you can really see. And there's a really large possibility you'll be able to talk to the actual artists
I
there
like that.
and
I
pick
like
their
that.
brains and, maybe buy a piece of work.
Yeah. To our viewers, if you're watching this and it's after July the 6th, you missed the art hop, but the art is still at the gallery for a whole month. Opening reception July the 6th, closing reception, August?
August 8th, I believe.
Very good. Well,
I mean, August 3rd, I lied.
when will you finish your master's?
December, so I have one more semester to go.
Hopefully this will get you a good grade and a good degree and help launch your career. I'm sure it will. Looks like you already have a career in art. I hope.
Hopefully, I'm hoping that this is just the beginning. Yeah.
By the way, we have the Instagram up there, Julie's Art, JEWLIES_art. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Last thoughts for our viewers?
For me?
Yeah.
Come to our show. I'm going to be showing with another artist, Katrina Carluck, and she's doing ceramics, and so it's going to be awesome. You're going to be able to see female and male
I think I'm putting up some of her
genitalia.
imagery right now.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a different take. We're taking the sexuality out of our anatomy, and it's just there for us to see and feel accepted, and just come talk to us, come visit
Very
us.
good. All right.
Yeah.
You sound fun. The art is fun. It's very moving and inspiring too. So thank you, Julie Araujo. I said it right, I hope. And
You did.
We'll be back with more artists right after this.
Okay, thank you.